Thank you, Chair Cagle. Committee members, my name is Sarah Mooradian, and I am the Government Relations and Policy Director for CURE. CURE is a rurally based nonprofit organization dedicated to protecting and restoring resilient communities by harnessing the power of the people who care about them. Thank you for the opportunity to testify in opposition to House File 342. House File 342 is a deceptively simple bill proposing to, quote, support the development and deployment of carbon capture and sequestration technologies in Minnesota as a method of reducing greenhouse gas emissions. But carbon capture, utilization, and sequestration, or CCUS, is an unfounded strategy for decarbonization, delays an equitable clean energy transition, risks public health and safety, and provides the fossil fuel industry with a license to continue polluting. Currently, 16 CCUS facilities are in operation in the United States. These facilities are reported to have the capacity to capture up to 22 million tons of CO2 annually, but there's no evidence that any of these facilities have actually been able to achieve those goals, nor is there any example of a facility reporting a 100% capture capacity of all facility CO2 emissions. In fact, in many cases, emissions at the facility increase because of the 10 to 40% energy penalty associated with carbon capture technologies. And because CCUS technology focuses only on CO2 emissions, it does nothing to address the other pollutants that facilities emit, like nitrogen oxides, sulfur oxides, methane, mercury, arsenic, and lead. CCUS technologies are also highly water intensive and threaten water supply and quality. Furthermore, 13 of those 16 facilities send their captured CO2 to depleted oil wells for enhanced oil recovery, or EOR. As the name suggests, EOR involves injecting captured CO2 into depleted oil wells to push out oil that would have otherwise been unobtainable. Pushing more oil out of the ground is in no way compatible with our climate goals. But recent reports from North Dakota have confirmed that oil-producing states and oil companies hope to continue this trend and are in desperate need of new sources of CO2 to do so. Even if Minnesota did not intend for CO2 captured here to be used for EOR, once it leaves the state, there's little we can do to ensure that does not happen. Captured CO2 is most often transported via high-pressure pipeline. No pipeline is without risk, but CO2 pipelines are especially dangerous given the nature of CO2. CO2 is an odorless, colorless gas at atmospheric temperatures and pressures. It is denser than air, meaning it tends to settle in low-lying areas, and it also acts as an asphyxiant. So a pipeline rupture could freeze the surrounding area and could seriously injure or even suffocate those nearby. I would encourage each of you to research the 2020 rupture of a CO2 pipeline in Sitarsha, Mississippi to understand the magnitude of risk we're talking about. Past incidents and ongoing discussions by state and federal agencies underscore how ill-prepared we are to regulate CO2 pipeline safety and handle CO2 incidents. In short, blind support of CCUS technology that cannot help us achieve our climate goals is not in the best interests of Minnesota. We should not encourage corporations to line their own pockets while our rural communities shoulder the economic, environmental, and health burdens of these projects. I'd also like to note that none of the bill authors represent the communities in the footprint of the proposed route of Summit Carbon Solutions CO2 pipeline. Thank you.
Thank you.